Hello everyone, my name is Richie from SMUBE Campus Radio. Say what you wanna say. Welcome back to another episode of Around the World in 80 Hours. Today we have Kapawa and OCSP with us for this podcast. Hello Kapawa, can you guys introduce yourself?
So hello everyone, I'm Chelsea, business student, currently majoring in operations and sustainability. So I was one of the 5 leaders for Kapawa II.
Hi guys, so my name is Alyssa. I'm year 3 social science student majoring in sociology, and I have a second major in communications. I'm also the vice president of SMU football.
Wow, hi Chelsea and Alyssa, welcome to our podcast. Just to start off, can you tell us what does Kapawa, your project name, means?
The name Kapawa isn't actually a Tagalog. It's actually Hiligaynon, which is the dialect that they speak in Iloilo, which is where our beneficiary is from. So we chose this dialect because it's closer to the locality of where the place is, and we didn't want to do something so common. So what Kapawa actually means is that it means light in Hiligaynon. So the reason why we chose light was because in Kapawa 1, which was the first installment of Kapawa, we actually went over to Concepcion to build solar-powered lights. So we bring light to our beneficiary over there. Yeah.
Interesting, light. So when I think of light, I think of direction as well. So you are providing a direction for them in their life. I would like to be part of Kapawa just by listening to that. So can you share with us, the viewers, what was Kapawa 2 like? You know, for the past year, I think everyone has been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic situation in the world. So how did COVID-19 affect Kapawa itself?
Okay, I'll take the first half, then maybe Chelsea can add on later.
Okay.
So basically what we did was we initially planned for Project Kapawa 2 to be a physical one. So when the leaders handed it over to us, we did everything, we planned everything for physical. So we even looked at flights to the Philippines. We decided what days we wanted to go to Recce. We looked at the academic calendar, everything. But of course, unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be because halfway through the physical OCSP planning, we got news that COVID-19 actually hit Philippines as well, and it was quite bad over there. So unfortunately, we weren't able to further our physical one. So we decided, we regrouped, and we were wondering what could we possibly do, because it was summer, we didn't really have much to do, and of course, we still wanted to help our beneficiary over there. So I'll let Chelsea explain what we actually did.
Okay, so how we decided on the 4 different areas, which is actually science, open source, Microsoft Office, as well as emails. So after we had a meeting with them, and then that's how we came to a conclusion that they're actually focused on like these 4 areas that they needed help with these 4 areas. So that's how Kapawa 2 actually stepped in, and we decided to like come up with like online materials such as like worksheets, user guides, as well as like video, etc. all these, so that we can upload to Google Drive so that we can share it with our beneficiaries. And then from then onwards, right, the teachers over there can actually print out the materials for the students, because the students are unable to go to school as the schools are currently closed because of COVID as well. So in terms in this area, our materials came in to help them to like continue on with the education.
That sounds like a very tedious and long journey, but I'm glad that you have overcome it and has successfully come to the end of the project. With that, I have another question for you. I would like to check with you. Are there any challenges that you faced during the program itself?
I mean, definitely there will be some challenges that we face along the way. So I guess like with technology, right, there's always like, even though Singapore has very stable connections, but if you want to put it to perspective in terms of from the Philippines side, right, that was actually a very, very big challenge for us, because the Philippines, they do not really have very, very strong Wi-Fi, especially for Concepcion itself. So it's like, even though, for example, during our Zoom meeting, we were like, okay, so like our team was actually very ready. So but the thing is like, then when the teachers are trying to ask question or something, right, then you can see that it's lagging. So we're just like, okay, then there'll be awkward silence among all of us. Then we just like, okay, I think we can just carry on first. If they got any question, they can ask us as well. So with regards to that, right, we also thought that, okay, maybe we should do like a screen recording of like our meeting with them, so that in case they couldn't like load or something, then they can actually refer back to our Zoom recording.
I would say that you are lucky that the leaders' Wi-Fi didn't lag at that point of time. So are there any language barriers you faced at the point of time?
Actually, not really. Not much, because I would say, luckily, the beneficiary that we're working with, a lot of the teachers, in fact, our point of contact in the mayor's office, Ms. Janica, also, they speak quite fluent English. So in that sense, we didn't really communicate. Like we didn't really need a translator. So it was very direct communication, and we mostly conversed in English. So when we made guides, also we made sure to include pictures. So like, for example, if we wanted them to navigate a website, we would include screenshots of where they should click, etc. Because obviously pictures are very beneficial if people don't really understand the language. So yeah.
So one picture speaks 1,000 words, huh? But up next is my favorite part of an interview. So can you guys tell me, how do you get your fundings and materials to run this particular project?
Actually, we didn't really needed to like get extra funding, because like all of our materials that we prepared, right, were actually prepared by our members themselves, like from scratch, as well as like based on like online resources. So in that sense, right, we didn't need to like have any involvement with like money wise. So we felt that maybe focusing more on education will be more beneficial to our beneficiaries in that sense, because that's what they are actually trying to so-called overcome that problem at the moment. So yeah.
I would say that money is not everything for this particular project. Oh, I remember something very important. I heard that you were featured in the news. So what is it being like featured in the news for educating the public on how to make a shift during the COVID-19 period?
I think firstly, we were very shocked that the Straits Times actually reached out to us to find out about our experiences doing this virtual OCSP. So we were all very shocked, but obviously very honored, because opportunities like this don't really come very often. And we really wanted to share the good work that we did over in Concepcion, because it can actually pave the way for other projects to actually move virtually and still help the beneficiaries that they're working with. So yeah, it was a very good sharing experience. One of our leaders, Frances, was actually the one being interviewed for this. So we're very glad that she was able to represent us, and actually posted the article on our LinkedIn page. So you guys can pop down and take a look if you guys are interested.
Wow, Kapawa sounds very interesting. So how do the viewers follow your social media platform?
Okay, I can answer this because I was the Project Kapawa II marketing leader. So we actually have 3 social media pages that you guys can stay tuned and follow for more updates about our progress. So we actually have LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as Instagram. So we are Project Kapawa on every single channel. So if you want to follow us, we just have the same name across all channels. It's just Project Kapawa. And we've actually handed over to our Project Kapawa 3 leaders, so you can expect more posts and more updates coming soon.
Thank you, Elisa, the marketing director. We have seen how the OCSP have worked together even during the COVID-19 pandemic period. Continue to do your best, Kapawa. With that, we have come to the end of this episode of Around the World in 80 Hours virtually. Let me thank Elisa and Chelsea for coming down for our podcast. And I'm Richie from SMUBE Campus Radio. Say what you wanna say. Take care and stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.